I think you can still tell, but I'm very nervous. So I apologize if I repeat myself a lot. So yeah, we're just gonna dive in, folks. So what I'm working on right now is these are my OCs. This one is Trixie. This one is Pandora. I love them with all my heart. I hope you do too. But yeah, we're just we're drawing them. Hello, hi. Oh my gosh. Oh, hello everybody coming in. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Uh, oh my gosh. All right, let me. I am going to start working. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry if I like keep saying that. I'm just ever say hi to. Hi. Cell is so. I love you so. Oh my gosh, I can't even draw right now. I'm so giggly. Oh my gosh. I hope you guys are having a great day again. Hi, everybody that's coming in again. Oh, hi. Oh my gosh. I'm saying oh my gosh a lot. I don't know why. I think that's just my resort to, but hi. I don't really know what to talk about. Aside from the fact that these are my OCs. And yeah, a lot of them are pink. I really like the color pink. Tell us about your OC. Yes, so these lads right here, they are, so ironically, they're not a couple, but they are sapphic because sapphic representation and supremacy. Trixie right here, she is bisexual, like me. And Pandora here, she's a big fat lesbian. Thank you so much. I don't know how long I've had these two characters. I kind of miss designing characters because that's one thing I actually really do like a lot. But I think I first designed these guys in 2016, 2017. Because that's when I like kind of started like drawing on the internet. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I don't know what to say. Thank you for the heart glasses. I want to make this kind of like Valentine's Day theme too, just because like I didn't know what to draw for the holiday, so I was just like, let's just but yeah, so where did I leave off? I'm gonna do that a lot, by the way. I'm sorry, I'm just very forgetful by my ADHD, but yeah, I really oh yeah, so for people that don't really know me, a little bit about me, I mostly, as it's obvious, I draw mostly like anthro/furry characters. It's mostly, I think, because I used to be more so a Sonic artist. I still do really like Sonic. I just don't draw as much for the fandom as much anymore. Just because I wanted to do more original stuff. Yeah, Sonic. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but oops. I started making original stuff, I'd say maybe 2018, maybe, I think. But yeah, I really want to make like comics and stuff with these guys. These are not my main OCs, but they are like still pretty prominent. What I like to kind of dabble in, I'd say, is kind of like a jack of all, or like just a little bit of everything. I kind of feel like I'm a jack of all trades, master of none, because I like to do like drawing. That's me. No, don't pit. Well, I guess you have to pit it. I don't know. Thank you so much. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I like to do illustration. I did some graphic design work in high school, and my teacher was very good and very like he was a really cool teacher. And so I kind of have a dabble in that. It's okay, Rocky. I feel so bad whenever I forget to like follow somebody that I see like on my timeline. I do that a lot and I feel super bad. Hi. So I feel that don't put that don't put my selfie. The music might be oh, is it? Oh, I'm not sure. Because I don't have the audio on the stream on for me, just so I can like listen. I don't know. I'm sorry. Oh, can I? Let me see. Oh wait. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm a mess. It's overpowering on Discord, but it's quite. Oh, okay. Cool. Because I never knew. I really like the setup of how everything's been done for this for the gala, because I think it's really cool. I did not know you could like project like Discord streamings onto like Twitch. So I was just like, ooh. So I think that's neato. And I might keep that in mind for future streams. I also stream, shameless self-plug. I do art, I do video games because I like playing video games. That's it. I feel weird talking about myself. Is that bad? Even though I know this panel is about myself. Oh yeah, but talk about yourself. I'm trying my best, Sel. This is so much. Art spam. This is your spot. I know. I'm just like, Oh yeah, but my graphic design teacher, he taught me a lot about, we had to watch a film about Helvetica. I don't know if anyone's done that, if they've taken graphic design, but, oh, no, Sal, don't take those are my babies. Why are you? Oh my gosh. Yes, those are my pride and joys. Hearts for the baby. Oh, I don't even know what to talk about now. I've been recently like starting to like get back into practicing animation because that's really what I want to do for a profession. Oops. But yeah. No, Corey. Thank you guys. I like legitimately, I have not been feeling well, confident in like any art field really, but I never thought my my like character design was, I guess, too spectacular, but this is really, I appreciate it. Thank you. but yeah, like I really do. I do like character designing a lot. Yeah. See, you get it. You get it. And even though I do want to do like animation, I really hope that like character design is also something I can end up doing. Just because it's fun. My melody. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for liking my stuff. But yeah, I don't know what else to talk about myself about. I'm just here vibing. Thank you for making it all. You're a sweetheart. Thank you. Are these? So they're not dating each other, but they are sapphics. This one right here, Trixie, she's bi, and Pandora right here, she is a lesbian. She's actually the picture that Cell posted of my other OCs. She's dating the one in the with the red hair. That's M. Yes, they are good friends. They're just gals being pals, but they're also lesbians. Well, they're also gay. One of them's a lesbian, but they're having a time. Honestly, I think only like maybe 2 or 3 of my OCs in total are straight. So be like, oh, you do not have to do that. Don't. I appreciate it, but do not feel like obligated. You can if you want to, but like, I wish I had a term for. Oh, you're fine. Thank you. I love it when people like seriously. Thank you. If you want to, you can, but just like don't stress yourself out with it. But yeah. Yeah, I don't really know what else to talk about. I don't really know what else about me I should talk about, I guess. I like girls. How old are they? So all my OCs are like within their 20s and 30s. Oh, absolutely. Go ahead. But yeah, I don't know if anyone else does this. But I do the thing where like sometimes I age up my OCs as I age as well. What's your favorite food? Oh, sushi. COCs. Tell us how you came to Black Card Gala. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. So I was in the first. So fun fact, the Black Girls Do Code zine that was a year ago, unbelievably. First off, that was my first zine ever, and I was super psyched about that. But after that, that was when Cell, because she's so awesome, that's when she made the Black Card members, and I was just like, yeah, you know what? Yo, this is dope. And so I was a part of that. I was at first a moderator, but it got like I have so much going on that I couldn't fully commit, unfortunately. But yeah, it was a really cool thing to see. Do your OCs have favorite? Yes. Not all of them because I have not laid it out yet. But most of my OCs group. Nice. Yeah. What's your favorite part of the art process? I think I got to say coloring. I really like, even though it can be a pain in the butt a lot of the times, I really do enjoy coloring because like I really like bright colors, as it's not evident. But yeah. Like I remember when I was first doing art, if anyone can relate to this, you know, I don't know, just like, but when when I started off with like good old Photoshop, I would use old dodge and burn tools as lighting and shading. And now I just kind of use any and every color imaginable. I just really like playing with colors. I think it's really fun. I think it's really nice to like see things pop. Sorry, I'm trying to read the chat. I tried to interrupt, but I didn't change. Yeah. Is this? Yeah, it's lo-fi. That's what the mods have supplied us with. It's very chill. Oh yeah, but the OC is in food. Sorry. So my main OC. So my main girl that I absolutely love is the blonde one in that thing in that picture cell linked. Her name is Evangeline, and she's my oldest one and also just my favorite. I'll get more into her later, but she loves sweets like me. She's very like much a, yeah, that one. Thank you. Yeah, she's very much like, probably obvious, I don't know, but she's very much a projection of myself. So she loves sweets, and she can't cook. I'm totally okay with just throwing myself under the bus in that regard. Thank you. She has gone through so many different looks. My God. Oh yeah, but another thing I really like doing for art is the eyes. That's just something I've really always liked, like both growing up and just in general. Is that one of the sweaters with hole? Yes. Because same. But yeah. No joke. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you. I think we put it. Oh yeah, Reese the Crunchy Oh, this pack I'll have to link. Which brush is this? I got it off of DeviantArt a long time ago, but I'm pretty sure the link is still up. So after stream, I can definitely link it if you guys would like. It's multiple brushes too. There are a lot of like really good pencils. I don't know if anyone else can like relate to this too, but I really like, oh my gosh, I forgot there's a Twitch chat. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry, I'm like bouncing in between both like ones. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. I hope so too, girly. Man, or however you go by, I'm sorry. I say girly for like everybody. But like, please tell me, please like address me whenever, is the mic hella? Is it? Oh dear. Oh, okay, cool. I have no idea. I hope everybody knows that I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just existing. I'm so sorry for your mic, or for the mic. I'm sorry. Discord just be like that sometimes. Okay, cool. My girl is my general wholesome nature. Yeah. Oh, that's cute. I really like floral OCs as well. I think they're very great. Because I really like flowers. If it's not I can't speak. If it's not evident from my tattoo. Oh, that's cute. I like that. I do. I enjoy like themed OCs too. I think I wish I had more, but at the same time, it's really hard to like. At least for me, because I'm just not good at story writing. To put story elements with them. Just because, like, especially when you have like a specific theme that you're trying to write about. She's the youngest. Aw, that's cute. She's a model that owns. Aw, that's cute. Aw. You guys should show your OCs too. I don't want to be the only one showing my OCs. You guys should show your OCs too. You should. I want to see these cute little guys. Spam me. Yeah, exactly. I command it. As the panelist, yes. I command it. Let me see. I would like to see your adorable little creations. Get them out. Oh my gosh. This is not an art stream anymore. This is a share your OCs stream because I'm drawing my OCs. Oh, Feather. Oh, Valerie's pretty. A little cherry. I like a little cherry. Oh, wait a minute. I've seen this OC. Oh, I saw that. I saw someone draw that one. It's super sick. Dude. Oh, I forgot who it was, but I've seen that one before. It's so sick. Oh, Sunny. Oh, she's pink. That's even better. I like the sunflowers too. Oh shit. Yeah, everybody go follow Jazzy, by the way. This is an order. They just posted, so you know what their information is. Go follow Jazzy right now. They're very talented and they deserve more recognition. Yes, Mossy Mushrooms, I'm talking to you. In case anybody didn't hear that, I'm talking to Mossy Mushrooms, aka Jazzy. No, Jazzy's a really good friend. I don't care. Also, Feather's human form is cute. I really like the blue. Ooh, mermaids. I really like mermaid OCs too. Did anyone have a mermaid phase going? Thank you, Sel. Yeah, yeah. Hydrate or dihydrate. Yes, please drink your water. Oh, Tanisha. Oh. Listen. If I'm going down, Jazzy, you're going with me. Well, I guess not down, up. I had a princess phase. Ooh, these are pretty. I really like muted tone OCs as well. Oh, I like her top. Oh, I agree. I think we can maybe reach 200. I think it's possible. Just saying. Everybody go love Jazzy. This is no longer, we're no longer talking about me, we're talking about Jazzy. I'm afraid everyone's yes. I almost cut. I'm trying not to cuss on stream just because I don't want to yeah. Oh, I love her little tulip skirt. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, she's adorable. Oh, I agree. Thank you guys for showing them. I really like, I think OCs are neat. Ooh. Oh, Rocky, that's so cute. I love that little guy. Oh, I just think they're neat, and I think people who make OCs are neat. So you all are neat. You all are very neat. Oh, damn. Oh, there's a cuss. Sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm going to react to all of these once this is over. Whoa. Oh, yo. I love contortion. I love Rebel the Contortion. I love it. Yeah, exactly. OCs maybe are your imaginary friends, but they make us powerful. I agree. I think my power level is quite high thanks to my OCs. That is not a belief, that is just fact. But yeah. Aw, little plant powers. Oh, it's a gift. Let me see. Like Discord. Oh, that's cute. I respect anyone who can make full color gifts, by the way, just because like I have not gotten to that level of practice yet, at least thoroughly. I have too many. I have a lot too as well. I have. Is she the baby? 90% of them don't have names. What I saw here? No, I mean, listen, that took me like. That was like the first time for me, and like I was running on E when I was finishing that. I was just. Oh yeah, go see Muffy, everybody. I just saw that Cell announced it, so go check her out. Ooh, yes. Ooh, those are pretty plants. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I'm like watching. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you. You guys have fun at the panel, by the way. If any of you guys are going to go see that, I wish to be here.
One second. I did this one again. It's actually meant to. It shows the voice on my computer, so that's why.
my name is Muffy. I'm a design lead on Big Blue, which is a show about black joy and protecting the ocean. I've been in animation for about 5 years now, and I've worked in a few departments, from character animation to effects animation to design for props and effects and character, and also comp. I've worked on shows like Curious George, Care Bears Unlock the Magic, and If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, Pickle and Peanut. A lot of shows that I can't talk about, but maybe someday I'd really love to show the work I've done on them. At the end of this presentation, I will be showing a few of my pieces from Care Bears Unlock the Magic when I talk about portfolio work and the different kinds of advice and things I specifically look for when I'm hiring. So we'll get to that when we get to it. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my animation journey. I want to start by saying that I know there are a lot of heartbreaking stories about people of color navigating their way through the animation industry, and I'm not trying to invalidate any negative industry experiences from other people of color with mine. I feel like it's very, very important that we even get to hear them, and I feel like there will always be challenges for people who look like me in a mostly white industry, but I feel like I should share a story for people who don't know if they could make it and who are having trouble finding their first industry job and just need to hear that, that there's definitely a way, despite all the hurdles. So this is a story for black kids who want to break in but aren't sure if they'll fit in, and I just wanted to let them know that they definitely deserve to exist in this space and that animation desperately needs more marginalized voices. So without further ado, I started my animation journey in 2012. I went to Sheridan between 2012 to 2016. And if I'm recalling correctly, I was the only black girl in my year. And I didn't get a job right out of college. I remember I was kind of all over the place in my portfolio. Maybe it was more suited to illustration or something, because I only had one turnaround. I didn't have a prop sheet, and a lot of it was character illustration, if I'm remembering. My animation reel is ultimately what landed me a job. I think it was like, in Canada you have 10 months before you have to start paying your student loans. And I think it was literally on the 10th month when I landed a job from Copernicus Studios in Nova Scotia. And since there weren't many jobs in Toronto at the time, I decided to go for it. So I'm sure a lot of you don't know about Canadian geography, but I moved from Toronto, which is one of the biggest cultural hubs, if not the biggest cultural hub in Canada, to the least diverse place I'd ever moved, ever lived, rather. It was super jarring because I'd often go weeks and weeks before I saw another person with dark skin, and I felt really out of place. I just remember feeling alone, and even though I was making friends, it didn't feel like home. I found myself missing stuff like going to Korean barbecue, for example, or like just like seeing things I used to see in Toronto that made me feel like I was in a place with other people who didn't have strictly white experiences, if you know what I mean. So I think about maybe 3 months into working at Copernicus, they hired another black girl, and we got along like right away because we bonded over Kirby. I think she had one on her desk. So her and I became fast friends, and then there was another guy. His name was Berkeley. I love these guys. just thinking about them. I remember when I moved away, I told him I was gonna be working on Big Blue, and he was like, "What? Oh, I saw when that show got announced in 2016 or whatever on Tumblr." And I was like, "What? I didn't even know." And he was like, "Do you think they'd hire me?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course they'd hire you." I don't know if he actually ended up applying, or if he's even still in Halifax. Maybe I should try to touch base with him again. But anyway, having people around like him and like Aaron made my time in Halifax a lot more tolerable. But despite that, I was on Give a Mouse a Cookie as a character animator, and I learned that year that it wasn't really for me. I remember it was Halloween, and I was wearing a Luigi costume, because of course I was, and I was just like, I don't know if I can do this for a whole year. And I had a check-in with my animation director, and I let him know that I wasn't really enjoying my job, and he asked me if I was interested in FX. I knew FX would mean I'd have a lot more opportunities to hand draw, so I said yes. And changing gears really saved my sanity that year. I learned so much about Toon Boom, and the day-to-day felt way more manageable, and I felt like way more connected with my coworkers. On the animation floor, there were just so many of us, and no one ever talked, but the effects and retakes department specifically, we were in a small office, so we got to chat it up a lot, which is nice. Oh yeah, and I was doing effects, but I also got to do a lot of animation retakes, which I felt I was more suited for at that point, because I learned a lot about like the node view in Toon Boom and just like all of the technical nitty gritty. But anyway, Copernicus, about a year into working there, they started hiring internally for Care Bears Unlock the Magic, for star artists and 2D designers. So I was like, I'm gonna apply to both, because of course I was, because I knew that I liked effects, but I wasn't sure if I was gonna stay in it. So I was like, well, if I get one of them, that'll be a new thing for me to experience. So I applied for both. This is an example of the story test I did, which I still think is nice. And this is an example of the kind of stuff I had in my portfolio at the time for design. I don't think I had any proper turnarounds or anything. Maybe just one. I think I had one. But I had a lot of posing sheets and emotions, character stuff. I actually ended up getting both, which surprised me. I remember the dopamine levels were off the chart that day. But I didn't know which one I should pick because I felt like boarding, I might be able to get into it again if I went for a revisionist position or something. And I remember in college, my professors always told me that 2D design jobs are so rare, like, you guys should stop trying to shoot for them because you'll never get one. And I was like, well, okay. But because I had this opportunity, I was like, you know what, heck it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be a designer. So I said yes to the design job. So I remember, because it was my first design job ever, I was super nervous. I remember thinking like every day I was gonna get fired, even though there was no indication at all that it was. No one ever talked to me about it. Every time I had a peer review, it was very positive. But regardless, the first few months were extremely rough for me. I remember I was working on like a really big effect. It was like what the whole episode was leading up to, and I was just getting revision after revision after revision. It was getting so stressful, and my AD was a really nice guy. He was very sweet. But despite that, I was really beating myself up because I felt like I couldn't get it right. But meanwhile, it was just the direction was changing a lot, and that can be super stressful. And I feel like the instruction wasn't super clear. But it basically got to a point that I think the turnaround for that show was a week or 2 weeks per episode, and I was getting really close to the deadline on that effect, and I kept having to redo it. And I remember my AD called me in to look at it, and while he was scrolling through my layers, he saw one labeled "Kill Me," and he was needless to say very worried about me. And I like broke down in his office because I didn't realize how overwhelmed I was at the time, I guess. I told him, and yes, I told him I was feeling overwhelmed. That it was stressful for me because like I felt like I was getting the most props and effects and characters out of everybody else. I feel like I got the least fun work to do. I often had to handle like the mechanical stuff, and everyone else got like books and the cute characters. And he ended up apologizing to me and admitting that he felt like I was the most suited for the difficult work because I grasped the show style the best and had the fastest turnaround and least revisions. He told me that he had considered me a lead and that I was a pillar of the team. And I ended up getting a raise, and he took our team out to lunch. And he told everybody that he appreciated them. And it was really nice. And I wish I had just spoken to him sooner about it. Just like even asked for a raise. I know I was super afraid because I was like, I can't mess up this opportunity. But meanwhile, the whole time because I was a very quiet person in my first few years of doing animation, I guess they just assumed it was cool. I was not cool. So in retrospect, I want to say, if you ever find yourself in a situation where you're like super stressed out about the work you have to do, you should just talk to your supervisors or HR about better distributing workload and stuff like that, because I don't feel like it should ever get that bad before you get a raise, or before your AD is like, oh geez, I shouldn't have done that. But anyway, yeah. Sorry. Yes, you shouldn't let it get so bad that you're bawling in front of your AD. But I finished Care Bears without another hitch. I think there was a couple months in between where they had me move to be a effects supervisor and comp artist, because the comp artist on the show had left to do something else. So I was teaching the juniors how to use track code particular in After Effects, and also just the show style for a couple months. Then I got moved back onto design to finish off the season. And at the end of it all, I took a couple weeks for vacation, and then they moved me onto Curious George as an senior effects artist. And at that point, I knew my heart wasn't really in effects. I really liked the work I got to do on Care Bears, so I decided to apply for some design work out of province. I was like, you know what, maybe I can move back home, because I really miss eating dim sum and seeing other Black people. So I was applying to be a production designer. I feel like this is super important. When you're looking at like what the application needs, I didn't have the years of experience necessarily in design, but I was like, I could do it. I feel like it's important to believe in yourself. You shouldn't select yourself, self-select out of letting for a job you think you could do or that you're passionate about, because chances are you'll get hired or get an interview, and if you don't, well, the worst thing that happened is that you didn't get the job. So you can always try again, and it's really important to put yourself out there. So yes, so I ended up getting the job. I drove back. It was an 18-hour drive. My car broke down once, but I think my dog had a great time. And when I got there, it was great. I'm working at Guru Studio in Toronto now. My AD is a huge advocate for all of us, all of the people who work under him. I mean, me and the other designers. So I did a really good job on the show. Still am, but at the time, I remember I was taking up a lot of pickups from the other artists, and getting things approved faster. So he advocated for me to get a raise and to get a title increase, because of the type of work I was doing was basically lead work, and I was doing a lot of organizational stuff and attending meetings. So he was like, I mean, you're basically there. I was like, yeah, right, so give me the job. So I've been a design lead for the past, I think it's almost been a year now, which is super exciting. So I've been super lucky, I feel, in my I just totally lost my train of thought. I've been super lucky in the type of work I've been able to do. I feel like every single job I've done has informed the next job I've done in very for very serious, specific ways. Like, I don't think I'd be a production designer right now if I was never an animator, or if I never was an effects artist, because all of my Toon Boom experience really came in handy for me to teach the other artists about how to use Toon Boom and stuff like that. And I've been lucky enough that this year, as in the past 12 months, I've become a design lead. I started pitching, and I'm even moonlighting as a character designer, and I have another production designer job lined up in a couple months, which I'm super stressed out about, but it'll be fine. I mean, you know, moonlighting is stressful because you're basically working 2 jobs. So, but I did want to say about pitching. I've pitched a few times last year, and it's interesting because when I was chatting with some executives, they were telling me that studios are actually looking to hear more diverse stories. So, if you have cool stories, you should definitely see if you can pitch places. And I think that animation is changing in a good way. A lot of side jobs I've been offered lately have been for creating and consulting on Black character designs, which has been extremely exciting. And even though my story isn't all happy, I've had people put faith in me from beginning to end, and the only reason I was able to be in character animation and effects design and comp and, you know, all the things I ever did in animation, it's because someone decided to give me a chance the whole way through. And especially when I went in not knowing what the job was at all, and they let me have a try anyway. So even though there are a lot of heartbreaking stories out there, I really feel like animation really needs people like us specifically to tell interesting and diverse stories and to be involved in creative processes. So without further ado, what everyone is probably here for, these are my portfolio recommendations. I've had the absolute pleasure of helping with hiring from time to time, and when I've looked at portfolios, I've always looked for some very specific things. So I'm just want to tell you guys how we select what kind of portfolios we're going to look into and the type of people we're going to talk to when we see their work. So but keep in mind this is for TV, not film. I'm not sure exactly what film looks for, so, and I've never worked in film, so, you know, just some disclaimers off the top. So first off, for character and prop design, turnarounds are super, super important. This one is from Care Bears. The turnarounds on that show were pretty tight because it was a preschool show and the actions in animation were pretty slow. They wanted it to, you know, turn correctly. On a lot of older shows for like kids 8 to 11 and plus, the turnarounds might not be so tight because the actions are faster. So I'd say your turnarounds don't always have to be this tight, but they need to definitely look appealing no matter what angle you present. I think that's my third example, but okay, this one. So this dog was a background character, I believe, and so she doesn't turn correctly, like her ears are all different angles, but it's what we decided because of we didn't want to cover the eye on the 3/4 back, and we liked this kind of angle. It didn't look exactly like straight on, so we decided to tilt them in the profile, and it is like a slight 3/4 profile because of the leg placement. I think that turnarounds like this are appealing. I think that if you have a turnaround that doesn't show up correctly and you have a turnaround that is tight, that only says really great things about you and your design sensibilities. So this is a prop turnaround. I also included a couple of views you might see, like book on the table, the book is open, and also who holds the book, which is my cute little dog character here, Nick. I feel like something that a lot of people who haven't done design work before is they don't include the context with the prop. So like I don't see how big the lunchbox is, for example, or how it looks next to the character who's supposed to be holding it. Oh, and this is design work for, I know like in LA specifically, they have color stylists who do the first color passes and you don't do color at all. But the shows I've worked on have all had us do temp color or the final color, depending on how much money the show has. So I think it doesn't hurt to include color, but you could also have some just lines with the red choice line also. Depending on what you're trying to get hired. I feel like that would be smart. So, just as a recap, tight turnaround that's specifically for appeal. Prop turnarounds also super important. It's like all you do when you're a designer. Just turnarounds every day, all day. And okay, this example was because I couldn't show any of my 3D examples, but when you're working on shows that are 3D rather, you should do an orthographic view, which is the exact front and the exact side and the exact top of an object, because they need to take it into modeling, right? So for a lot of my 2D work, we don't do exact profiles, we do like slightly turned profiles because it's more appealing and you still understand what the object is when it's turned slightly. Yeah, all the shows I've worked on, they've wanted a slight turn to profile views. But when you're working for 3D, they like the exact views, because when it goes into modeling, you know. So also bottom views, if they have to pick them up, or like if it's a car, you never know if you see the bottom of a car. Okay, and effects. When you're presenting effects in a portfolio, I feel like it's really important to show like the beginning and the end of how it works, and where it's going and who's making it, for example, well, it's not always a who, sometimes it's like a car or like a place, like it's coming out of clouds, because it's thunder or something. But you don't need a beginning and an end if it's something that's like continuous in a shot, like a stream of water, for example. Just one image should be enough. So this effect is a light beam. I feel like a lot of shows lately are really leaning into like light effects, which is cool. They're my favorite ones to do. So I wanted this beam to have an impact flame, and because we had already established what all of the what are they called? The Care Bear stairs. We already established what all the Care Bear stairs would look like. I wanted this one to be special because it was like Good Luck was at like its full potential because it was in like a place with shamrocks or something. So I wanted the beam this time to have an impact flame, and I had just shown the steps of how I wanted the impact to look, because I still wanted it to have all of the 4-leaf clovers in it. And another example of, you know, having a beginning, middle, and end, and the context, which is super, super important. Just to see like size and who it's for and all that stuff. I don't think I ever got something approved if I didn't have context with it. So here we have I want to say a sand rooster tail. I feel like that's what these are called. Like when a car drives through snow or whatever, or water, they make rooster tails. So I was tasked to do this effect. And these are just like how it looks when it begins, when it's in the middle of when it's driving the fastest. I didn't feel like I needed to do an ending because I felt like this, you could just like bring it back down to this. But I also wanted to show what the dust looks like, because I didn't feel like it was super evident in my example here. So I just did a close-up of like what I wanted the particles to look like in it, and like the type of fade out. So there you go. I'm trying to think if there's any other things I forgot. Oh, when you're doing character design, I feel like those expression sheets are very important as well. It shows that you know how to move a character around too, while still making them look like the same character. If the studio you're planning to work for, if you know that they do a lot of like puppet animation, for example, you should probably include mouth charts and hand charts. If you don't know what those are, I'm just gonna bring up my real quick. I was considering getting examples from other people, but I didn't want people to think I was like, I don't know, stealing their work for this or something. I wanted to ask permission, I mean, is what I wanted to say, but it's like a week before the thing now, and I don't want to bother anyone. So Tidelines. Because a lot of studios in Canada are places that do animation for other places, like a lot of our clients are from LA. We do a lot of puppet work. I was like, I'm going to do blink charts, because that's something I've done for Care-Bears as well. And mouth charts and hand charts, just showing the different hands a character might go through. And a sheet of emotions, which I feel like obviously show a lot more character than just the flat turnaround, even though, like, I'm really looking for turnaround to see that you know what the job is. It's essentially doing this like 100 times ad nauseum. But when I see stuff like this, I'm like, okay, they know how to bring character also. And I love seeing stuff like this when you bring me all the way to the end of how you think through a character, because like a lot of first passes are like, do you want this or this, and then you know your AD picks this one, and then you're like, okay, so I'm gonna bring it to final then, and it just shows like a bit of your design process, which I think is a really cool thing as well. These ones are kind of old, so I'm not gonna go into it. But yeah, I hope that was helpful. When I do this live also, I'd love to hear questions. And why is this happening? If you have questions for me about design or breaking in, or you know, anything animation related, I'd of course love to help. My email is always open. I don't like actually saying what my email is, even though it's probably super obvious. But you can email me through my portfolio. There's a contact sheet on there, and I'll always get back to you. Or at least I'll try, unless I get like a huge flood of emails, then, you know, I'll do my best. Even if it's not super timely, I'll try my best. I definitely love helping people out, especially when it comes to trying to break in. I know it was really tough for me. I wish I had spoken to anybody about this stuff that I was hoping to get into at the time. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say. Oh yeah, okay. I think the most important takeaway from my animation journey is that you might not end up getting the design job you really, really wanted right out of college, but that isn't really a failing on your part. I feel like any job you get in animation informs the next job you get and the job you really want. Like if you ever want to be a showrunner, I feel like it's only a plus if you know what your animators have to go through to make your show happen. Or anyone on your show in any part of the timeline.
It is.
I feel like
did it. Okay, so I have a couple of questions.
I think at the time I may have
chat,
been disappointed.
so I'm going to.
I feel
really
guys. Really blessed in retrospect. I feel like every aspect of anything I ever did for animation was extremely important, and that's it. I hope that was insightful and maybe a little inspiring, just a little bit. Yeah.
Where is he? Where is my boy? Where is, there it is. Okay. Oh, that's the stream. Okay, here he is. This is my boy Rabio. I love him so much. Because I've never felt particularly confident in drawing boys. Hi, Sal. But yeah, I haven't I'm still working on my other males OCs in general, just because I haven't really gotten to work on them and I want to diversify. But yeah, I'm very happy with his design. Cause yeah, I have really some of my male OC, a lot of them actually were designed by other people if they were adopts or something like that. Even if there is some changes to them, but yeah. Thank you. I'm glad you like my characters. Besides, but they can't. Oh, that's fair, dude. That's why I even though I draw my OCs all the time, I barely try to reveal plot or lore about them, just because I want to save that. Both because I want to see people's reactions for the first time, and yes, I have one that I just recently made. It was the bastard cat boy that I talked about. Where is he? Here he is. One sec. Sorry, I'm pulling up OCs now. Here he is. He's a bad boy. He's also actually one of my. No, he's not. He's also one of my really old characters. Thank you. Yeah, he has a little poisonous call. Hello, everybody. Thank you guys. Thank you. You're very sweet. Thank you. But yeah, I try to not talk too much about lore and stuff too, because I want to have plans for that. I want to get creative and make that for save those for plans on if I ever do comics, if I do animation. God, I know this is probably cheesy to say, but one of my biggest dreams is just piloting a show with them. I'm sorry. I'm not receptive to a bunch of compliments. Very well, thank you guys. You're very sweet. I do want to make a webcomic with them someday. I know recently when the little Feature Friday happened, it said I want to pitch it by 2021, and I'm just I don't even know if that's gonna happen. Just because mostly because of the pandemic and all that. Get that comic where I'm coming from. Listen, I'm doing my very best. There's even stuff that I want to rewrite again, even though this is probably the upteenth time I've the actual art. Even though this is probably the upteenth time I've rewritten stuff. But at the same time, I'm that kind of person. It's my Capricorn ass energy that makes me want to be perfectionist with everything, and that includes the story arc, even though I know that I'm not as good as with writing as with design and characters. So that's also listen, I can't help it. Catboy, I just looked at the Twitch. Oh my god. You all are great people. Um, no, I know. Listen, I am aware of this. I kind of want to maybe make it a goal to solely focus on once I graduate, because hopefully by this year I will graduate university. But because psychology is hard, it's like pushing me back a little bit, but I'm hoping to be done by hopefully this fall, and then I will just go art overdrive. Oh, thank you. Well, actually, I'm actually double majoring. I'm both taking, which is pain. I'm majoring in psych and art. Yeah. So, do we have any psych majors in the chat? Do we have any psych majors? Yeah, it's pain. Godspeed. Thank you. I'm thankfully in my last year, so it's honestly been not too bad. I'm taking good luck. Oh, I'm not big brained. I failed biology. Please don't fatter me. This brain, it's broken. That's fair. That's fair, Sheev. It's double majoring's a lot. I did it mostly just because those are my two I'm very interested in both art and psychology. Part of the reason actually why I am taking psychology is because I want to be good at like writing with that in mind. That's actually more so why I've taken psychology, more than just the becoming a psychologist aspect of it, which is, I guess, moot. Peeps who double salutes you. Psych, it is, oh my gosh, it's so fun. I can go off about like all of the like stories and like tales that I've like learned and like talked about through psych. It is so interesting. I always like especially love stuff about like the brain, just in particular. It sounds weird out of context. I love the brain. No, but it's just super fascinating. If you don't mind me nerding out, have any of you, if you guys have never heard of the story of like Phineas Gage, it's probably one that I'm super interested in or super fascinated by. It's mostly taught, I think, in Psych 101, or if you take it, or AP Psych. But basically what happened is that this happened in like, this actually also happened in like the 1800s too, like late 1800s. So this was not like a new story. There's this lad, his name is Phineas Gage. He was working on the railroad, literally. And something happened where basically a metal pipe or like a metal like rod like shot through his frontal lobe. And I forgot what the circumstance was for that happening, but it just happened. And obviously he had to get treatment and everything, but he survived. You ever thought about being an art therapist? Oh my gosh. If I had a nickel for every time that my professors and like people have asked me that, I have thought of that. Unfortunately it doesn't. No, you're fine. I just dodge from one thing to the next. It is literally just how my brain works. Like literally taking psychology was how I discovered myself that I have ADHD, and anxiety. But yeah, I have, some of the careers I thought of in particular have been both that or maybe doing social work. Just because it sounds neat. Ironically though, I don't think ironically, but I do want to like focus on something more art related. Psychology is like a backup kind of for me in case things don't work out with that for some reason. But yeah. Oh yeah, and Phineas Gage. But like, yeah, badly made the. Oh, okay, thank you. I didn't think they read until it's okay. Oh wait, you were talking about. I didn't think I. Yeah, you're good. Don't worry. Like literally, this is just how my brain works. It just bounces from one thing to the next, and like even if I'm in the middle of talking, I will just be like. So did you guys know that the Super Bowl was today? But yeah, this dude, Phineas Gage, like literally, he had a metal pipe go through his frontal lobe, which is the front of your brain, basically, and he was fine. But his whole personality changed. Like literally everything about him besides that was fine. Like his whole personality, he just became this really angry, kind of brute person. And it's really fascinating because just because like that part of the brain, like your brain's plasticity, which is basically like how durable and how like, you know, well your brain like transmits stuff, is super duper cool. It's like the brain is weird, man. It is so fascinating yet weird. It's like, hello, hi. Cookies. Why is there I was looking at the Twitch stream. But yeah, it's just super cool, man. I love psychology for that reason. I also really like that bear gif. It's cute. But yeah, don't double major. I'm kidding. You could definitely double major if you want to. It's just a lot. So much. Also, how was the panel, everybody? I saw it on Twitch, but I wasn't able to hear the audio, so I hope it was well. Oh my god! Oh, you didn't have to do that. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god, I love how you did the hair, how it looks all like rosy. Oh my god. Oh, thank you. This is so cute. Oh, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Oh, that's what was going on with the cookies thing. Oh my god. Oh, so much is happening. Oh, this is so cute. Thank you so much. Oh, oh, I know I should be drawing, but I like looking at this. Oh my gosh, thank you. Oh, I want to frame it. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. This is like so making me so happy. Oh, you guys are adorable. You guys are really good people. Oh my god. Oh, I don't even know what to say anymore, man. I'm just like, oh. We made Micah cry. I'm not actually, but I'm like about to. You guys are like so kind. Cry you? No, wait, no, wait. I did my makeup. No. Aw, thank you guys. You did makeup, and I don't know how to. I don't know how to do it here. No. You're gonna break me. Just turn. Wait, I can do that? Oh. Oh, wait, I didn't know you could do that dually. Oh, hang on. Oh my god. I did not. Oh my gosh. Hi, guys. Here, let me close my blinds. Hi. I didn't know you could do that. Oh my gosh. You get to see my gross room. I wasn't anticipating for this, so sorry the lighting. Hang on, let me turn on the lighting. There we go. Oh no. Oh man, this is so much. I'm aesthetic. Oh, thank you. Y'all are too, like, hi, Jesse. I can't. Y'all, I can't draw. Now if I speak. This is so much. Can I get shot? Oh my god. This is so... Oh, it's on the stream! This is so much. I'm so sorry. I'm like... This is so much. So much is happening. Oh my god. You guys are... You guys are adorable. You guys are very sweet. I'm just like, I want to like keep providing content, but at the same time, I can't help but be giggling. Oh my gosh. No, you didn't. You guys are very sweet. Thank you. I want her secret set. Yeah. Sim got me this adorable little cat mug that has like a little cat inside of it. Jesse, stop. I missed it. Oh my gosh. Ugh, now I'm on camera. Now you guys are gonna see my little gross little nose, my runny nose. I don't like that. I might have to get a tissue actually. I got that cocoa. I still need to use it. Actually, hang on. I'm gonna turn off cam just for a moment, just because I need to blow my nose, and I don't want y'all to witness that. Because I got self-conscious about that. I'm sorry. I don't want my. Okay, we're back. I think. There we go. All right. But yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm fixing the skirt too. This is appreciate. Run, Sal. Wait, what did I miss? Not my girlfriend. No! Stop. So. Oh my gosh. I command that we stop talking about me just because I am embarrassed, but not for like bad reason, because I just can't handle compliments. What music do you guys listen to? We'll talk about so fun fact, I don't think anybody I'm going to talk about. Oh yeah, I'm in Seattle right now. It is 11:30. Thank you. What is in it? Oh, I don't know. Those are the Californians, Cell. I'm not one of them. Y'all expect me to know. We don't. Okay, so this is gonna, out of context, it's going to sound inappropriate. We have a restaurant in Seattle called Dick's, and it's a burger joint, and legitimately that's what it's called. So everybody jokes about, I'm gonna go eat Dick's. I'm sorry. But it is like, there's a Dick's Sporting. We have that too, but that's a different thing. No, but legitimately, they're all over Seattle. Like, those are like a staple here. It's just greasy burgers, man. It's like basically the In-N-Out of here, I guess. I'm sorry if this like dogs down on anyone who is from like California or that area. I don't like In-N-Out. I'm sorry. I just so many dicks. Y'all telling me I can go. Oh my god, this chat is going so fast. I think. Listen, and this is not going like unseen. Like I have eaten there. I went to San Francisco a couple years back, and okay, I can agree with you there. It's mid. It's all right, but it's definitely not like worth a hype. Because I went to In-N-Out like a couple years back when I went to San Francisco. It was like in Fisherman's Wharf. And, the line was already crazy enough. Like, it's one of those things like post-COVID you would look at and be like, ugh. And then we like sat out and ate it, and I'm just like, this is just a burger. Not between. Oh my gosh, I'm like trying to like look at both Dick's Burger Buns. Oh no, I shouldn't have brought this up. Now this is on the stream. I'm so sorry, Sal. My favorite fast food joint, I'd say, actually, I think Wendy's. Because I just vibe with Wendy's. I love their Frosties. Yes. Wendy's nugget, yes, thank you. Wendy's nugs are superior. Sonic Express. We have like a couple of Sonics in Washington. I don't really like their food. The only thing I say I'd get from a Sonic is milkshakes, because those at least are like semi-appealing to me. I don't think. Oh no, Koi. We got chicken tenders. When you scat. Oh wait, so don't you hate it when you like a scat? Ugh. That's also. I was like looking at this last night because I was working on the sketch last night, and I'm like, do I really need to do line art? I was just like, I think it looks fine, but just for extra crispiness, I want to add line art. But yeah, we were eating your Wendy's. Yeah, yeah. Come on, Core. Dude, I actually have like a lot of. Apparently, in the UK, there's not Wendy's. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I have several friends that are in the UK, and there's not Wendy's up there. And I'm just like, that's not good. Ooh, game. How are you playing Squibble? Hey, Squibble. The great cautious BRP doesn't mean you can't. Oh my gosh. This is super funny. I don't know if they have them in. Is that the Knuckles? You're not. This is very funny. This is very good. Actually, another restaurant that I think is only native to Seattle it's called Kid Valley, and they have really good. They do a thing where well, first off, they have like so many different milkshake flavors. Like my favorite one there is like I'm pretty sure it's like butterscotch, and it's super good. But they also do a thing where kind of like fried pickles, but they don't do that. They do like deep fried mushrooms or something. And I'm sorry if this is gross, but I really like them. I'm sorry, I'm a filthy mushroom enjoyer. They're oddly really good. I can't describe it. It's like Church's Chicken. I don't think we have a Church's Chicken up here. We have a local chain that's called Ezel's. and it's very good. I actually haven't eaten incels in a while. I should get some. Yes, dude. My grandma makes the best collard greens. That's the one thing that I got sad over the holidays, missing all of the food that my family makes. Because I don't mean to brag, but my family is god tier when they make food. And there's a Wendy's 32 stars. Yeah, I agree. I also agree. From what Burger King is. Time to move. Yeah, Koi, please. You're missing out. We gotta get you some Wendy's. Mike, there are better burgers. I listen. I believe it's Pop. Can you? Oh my god. Bob's Burger Supremacy. I haven't watched Bob's Burgers in a while. It's been a minute. I know it's on Hulu and I have that, so maybe I'll do that. There's games going on. I would say the Bob's Big Burger pop-up shop. Ooh. That sounds really good, actually. Go, don't leave Hank. You'll play while watching Mike. No. Burger chicken. Dude, listen, no, you go ahead and say it, Bless. Chicken sandwiches are. I have a weirdly unhealthy obsession with chicken sandwiches. I don't know what a steak and shake is like, because I don't think we have one in Washington. I think we only have, if there's any, we only have one. Because I've never been able to tell. No, Shake Shack. That's what it is. That's what we have. We have one. I've never tried it. I think it's new though. Because I've never heard of it before, recently. No, but to drain my pockets. There's actually, I'm keeping a list of places to go to because my sister, she's in Atlanta, and one of my best friends, Mitchie, which you should all go follow. I'm gonna type her. Don't tell her it was me. She's at work. What's her? Jazzy, if you're still there, what's Mitchie's at? I forgot. But she used to live in Georgia, and yeah, go follow Mitchie right now. Do it, just unprompted. Don't even tell her to do it. Get her to 900 or even 1K if we can, because she's been stuck there for so long. But she's so underrated. Yeah, exactly. This will be the only thing that I will commend with because I said so for. Just follow them. But she used to live in Atlanta, Georgia, and hopefully if things work out for the pandemic, I'm going to be visiting my sister. It's funny because they both kind of swapped places with Mitchie coming up here, my sister going there, but that's unrelated. But don't tell me. But she would always tell me about Zaxby's and what's it called? Cookout. She would always talk about Zaxby's and Cookout. We hate guy and lovers in the chat about that. And I Cookout sounds amazing though, from what she described. Because I forgot what it was. I know there's no Cookout in the area. What else? Cookout, Zaxby's, trying to remember, but yeah, I'm making like a list of places to like check out. Cheesecake, it's Texas. Took me to Cookout one. Oh my god. I mean, I don't mind Cheesecake Factory's like cheesecake, because it's what like I really only I'm like that person. I'm that person that goes to like a restaurant for like whatever they're like known for or whatever. Cookout hits, yeah. Oh, the food is mid as heck. It is so mid. It's like, yeah. I mean, I've had many people who have been, I have many friends who work there that are just like, oh, it's frozen. Which doesn't surprise me. Cheddar Bay biscuits. Okay. Don't hate me. I've never tried the Cheddar Bay biscuits. I want to, but I've never tried them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We have Red Lobster. I just don't like, it's very scarce. We don't have any of the good restaurants up here. I'm sorry. We just have our own thing going on. I don't know how I feel about it. See, hey. Don't you just Seattle like that. Listen, we may be like whitey as hell, but I will defend my city. You haven't? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've just never had the time. I've never remembered to have them. So I can't forget. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I know we have. Drop your coffee. No. You'll have to kill me before you get my coffee. Fudge cake. I really like their my favorite cheesecake from them is the Oreo one, I think. I'll be dropping. That is if you can afford it, so. I am a connoisseur. Put the coffee in the bag. That's super fun. I made an emoji that's like that. I'm so. Oh my god. Coffee. Give Micah coffee. Please. Reminds me, I barely drank my own coffee today. Oops. That's fine. I'm trying to find the coffee first. You'll never find it. I'm not allowing you all to give me money. I'm trying to do it. Let's give her a hole without knowing how huge. Oh my god, they're so massive. Like, I remember, I forgot if it was here. He's like, this is like, a little bit. What was it? I think it was like, someone was like running with a cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory one time. When it was on the news. It was the funniest thing. Because it was so big. It was like the old-fashioned one. I think it was the one that had like all the cherries or strawberries. I forgot what's on top of it. That stale cheesecake. Yeah, dude, it was so funny. Did you guys know that? Oh no! No! Oh, fine. The forbidden coffee. We move. Fun fact, did you guys know that apparently my high school was banned from, not the Cheesecake Factory, but we have a chain called the Old Spaghetti Factory. We're all distracted. Oh, I gotta go. Oh, I hate that GIF. I've seen that GIF. Oh my gosh. I hate it so much. Oh, I also apologize for, if you hear any sirens in the background. I live nearby a fire station. So, I apologize if that. What is that? No, what is this? Oh, no. Oh, that's a cute gift. Oh, yeah, but, God, you know what? It helps keep the rent down. Hello? Oh, no. Oh, my God. What are y'all doing? No! What is this? Rude. I'm gonna come for y'all. My phone went off because of the PayPal notification. I hate y'all. Oh my God. Stop! What are you doing? No, I'm gonna silence it. No. Oh my God. I don't know how long I'm gonna keep going, by the way. I want to, I think I'll stop once I get the line art done, but I don't know how long that's gonna take. Cheddar biscuits. Okay, fine. I'll make it. But if you I still see it going off. I hope you know that. Oh yeah, I was talking about how my high school is banned from a restaurant. It's not the Cheesecake Factory, but it's we have a chain called the Old Spaghetti Factory. I don't know if that's a global chain or a national chain. But you could buy the box to make the biscuit. Oh, I could. Perhaps. Now that I have an oven, that might be nice. We gave you biscuit one. That probably would. Oh yeah, because in delivery they'd be all zuggy. Red Lobster biscuit. I have the box make. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. All right. I do need to go grocery shopping, so I'll add that. Y'all better not give me grocery money. Coming for y'all. Me becoming the. Oh my God. I do feel bad. I've never tried it, but at the same time, it's my family's never, nobody's talked about Red Lobster here. I don't know why. We have them here, but it's just not a thing, I guess. I clicked no. Wait, what did you all do? It's pretty good. It would taste great value, great value, but ooh. I mean, at most expensive wrap. Ooh. I pour one out to you, my friend. Oh yeah, I keep skipping over it. The story of how my high school was banned from a restaurant. This happened apparently my senior year, but I believe it was the football team, which was absolute garbage to begin with. They went to the restaurant and they were just going buck wild. they're like just being super like rowdy, super unprofessional. Like apparently, if someone has emetophobia, like plug your ears. But no, not in the Twitch chat. I just saw the coffee. If anyone has emetophobia, which is like fear of like vomit or anything, plug your ears. But apparently, like they threw up everywhere or something. I don't know why or how, but that's why my high school was banned for some reason. And I don't know why I'm telling you all this. This just made me think about it. It was so much. And they're dead. Okay, yeah, we have. For some reason, we have so many Denny's here. We also have a thing called Sherry's. Apparently, Sherry's is like just a Northwestern thing or like a West Coast thing, I guess. But Sherry's is so much better than, well, I think anything could be, compared better to Denny's like by a country mile. But we have so many Denny's. Like, it's insane. And I know this because, another fact about me, in high school, I was a theater kid. So every time we would be done with shows on Saturday nights, we would go out at like, at the butt crack of the night and go to like a Denny's or an IHOP. And there was always one around. We would never go to Sherry's, which is something I actually, now that I think about it, is really odd. Yeah, exactly. Like, you just end up at Denny's. You never go to Denny's willingly. I would tell another story, but it's like, I don't know if I should talk about weed on the stream, so I won't. But it's super funny either way. But I want to keep things appropriate. Ugh, my phone went off again. How many? Coffee? What are you doing? Oh my god. Oh no. I don't know if I don't. Not the garbage. Oh my god. Okay, we were sweet. Oh, okay, bye guys. I'll see you later. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know when I'll be done.
Great. Okay. Let me, Hi, everybody. So this is, LARPing 101, I guess. I'm really happy that everybody came in and is willing to learn about a new, extremely dorky hobby. I was actually debating on putting on my elf ears, with you guys here. Would you like me to do that? Show you how to do that? Okay, cool. Alright, so first, I guess I'll just go into exactly what LARPing is. I know that a lot of people have a lot of ideas of what LARPing is, and there's a lot of, we think that LARP in the greater community has a bit of a PR issue. So I know that when you hear of LARP, you probably think of the guy running around in that like blurry 2003 video going, lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt. I promise it is nothing. Yeah, magic missile. No, it is not like that. It is not like that at all. I mean, it can be. Don't get me wrong. It can be like that sometimes, but it is not usually like that. So, well, basically what LARP is just adult playing pretend. It tends to be a lot of people kind of getting together to commit to a setting and play pretend. That is it in its purest, easiest form, is that. And there's all sorts of types of LARP. So what we're going to go into today is how to start LARPing, the types of LARPs, how to be a good LARPer and be fair to your community, and also as people of color, how to be safe and how to tell if a community is safe and what to do if it's not. So as we elaborate on adult playing pretend, there are multiple types of LARP. There isn't just, run around in the forest and throw things at people LARPs. That is what we call like a standard American boffer LARP. Boffer LARP, and the term boffer comes from making weapons out of duct tape. They were called boffer weapons, where you would literally take a plastic stick, put some foam around it, and there you go. You have your, or some foam around it, and there you go, you have a weapon. That is the most traditional version of LARP that we know of here in the United States. Then there's, a lot of different types of European LARPing that is now coming over to the United States, kind of like what we would call Nordic style. And Nordic style means that you're really not there to physically fight or physically do like a lot of adventuring things. You want to do more interpersonal play and talk with people. So a Nordic LARP, and again, each of these definitions kind of is like wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey, and will differ who you ask, but this, in my experience, tends to be the kind of be-all, end-all, grander definition. It just usually means more roleplay focus. And then you have things like Emergent LARP, which tries to take American LARP and Nordic LARP and put them together. Then you have things like Parlor LARPs, which if you guys have ever heard of Vampire the Masquerade, or you've seen those people inside of a room rolling dice and, role-playing and stuff, that's called a parlor game. And you can do that with Vampire the Masquerade or fairies or whatever setting. Just as there are a million different actual video games and genres and style of video games, it is the same thing with LARP. There is an incomprehensible amount of LARPs out there, and the styles of LARP. You could do horror, you could do romance, you could do stuff that, is 18 plus only, stuff that allows children. Like, there are battle games, which is literally when you just fight. There is no roleplay, you just fight. So, I mean, determining what kind of LARP you want to go to is what you want to do. You need to figure out whether you want to be somebody that, likes both combat and roleplay, or prefers roleplay over combat, or, combat over anything else. And I think with that, and knowing what you kind of want to do, it will help you pick a good LARP that matches that. I'm looking at the comments too. I'm gonna pause every so often to take a look. I mean, listen, any LARP you go to, I'll be proud of you. I think everybody should LARP once before they die, I think. And even things that you don't think are a LARP tend to also be LARP. Like reenactment. Oh, don't call reenactors LARPers. They do not like that. But it's LARP. SCA, they don't like being called LARPers. But it's LARP. They're all pretending. Ren Fair, yeah, Ren Fair is like an immersive experience. The thing that makes a LARP is that everybody's buying into it, right? Like everybody. So the Ren Fair actors are technically LARPing, and you can LARP with them, and they'll interact with you in character. But some normal kid that's going there with his parents or their parents, you know, they may not role play with you. You know, it's kind of like you have to understand the immersive environment that you're in. Now, another really great example of a LARP but not a giant event is even something like this. And this is actually Hunt-A-Killer. So Hunt-A-Killer can be immersive experience too, where it's sending you documents and you are getting invested. And, you know, we're in a pandemic. You guys can create characters and solve Hunt-A-Killer together. And you can do it in character. You know, it's all LARP. It's always LARP. It always has been. So, understanding what you want from LARP is the first thing to really getting involved. And the second thing would be to find a LARP near you. Now, unfortunately, I would say about 90% of the LARP community and like the people who produce the games, they're trash at social media. Trash. Most companies are trash at social media, which means they have a hard time getting reach out there. There is at least one LARP in every state, but the chances of you finding that LARP, if you're not already in a LARP group, kind of hard. So, I will say that if you're on the East Coast, you have plenty of options. If you're on the West Coast, you have plenty of options. If you're in the South, you have plenty of options. But once you hit the Midwest, unless you're near Chicago, it's kind of, you might not find something that easily. But for anybody who is in the, you know, New York, tri-state area, like New Jersey, Pennsylvania, there are certain areas of the United States that are like LARP meccas, we call them, where it's like a hotspot. So, for instance, LA, California, hotspot. You know, Oregon, hotspot. Texas, hotspot. Florida, hotspot. Pennsylvania is probably the biggest hotspot on the East Coast. Right behind that would be Massachusetts, Connecticut. Like New England also has a really vibrant LARP community as well. Let me take a look at what you're going. Yeah. Oh, that's a great meme! Yes, that's so funny! Did you just make that? That's iconic! I'm stealing that and posting it on my Twitter after this. Oh my god. But, so once you kind of figure out what you want to play, so let's say you are somebody that wants to really focus on role play, right? You're somebody who really you don't really care about fighting, you want to focus on role play, right? Okay, so now you need to find a game that focuses on role play. Well, how are you supposed to know? This is where doing your research comes in handy and like reaching out into general LARP groups. So there are LARP groups like LARP Haven. We will get there. We'll get there. Don't go to LARP Haven just yet. Just there's also like general North America LARP groups. You can also look up by region, like, you know, LARPers in Texas, LARPers in the South. Like there's mostly all the ways to find LARPs is going to be on Facebook. Nowadays, some LARPs are going on Instagram. Barely none of them are on Twitter. It's really only been LARPs that like I've worked with and have yelled at to go get a Twitter that have made a Twitter. So you guys gotta have to, you know, kind of mess around on your social media channels to see where you can figure out your local game. But anyway, you pick your local game. It's a roleplay focused game. What are some things that you can do to create your character and make your first experience already your favorite experience? So, when creating a character, it's pretty much how you would approach it like if you were playing a tabletop game or even just creating your own OCs for art. It's very much a similar process. And there's definitely there's definitely different ways to go about it. I personally like to care about the visual image that my character is projecting. And there are definitely some tropes, no matter what, you do not you do not want to fall into. Because LARP is a collaborative experience. If you don't like people, LARP is not for you. I'm really sorry. LARP is probably not for you. If you don't like meeting people, if you don't like talking to people, LARP is innately a very social game. And don't get me wrong, there's been plenty of people with social disabilities or whatnot that have come and loved LARP and it has completely changed their life and maybe, made them gain more social skills, or, there were LARPs that were able to accommodate for that. So if you like to roleplay, I'm going to assume that, you like to be around people. So, when you're creating your first character, you can't fall into tropes like the lone wolf either. Like, you can't be some edgy lord by himself, walking in, too cool for anybody else. You're gonna have to make a character that has avenues in which it can interact with other people. And creating play not only for yourself, but for others. Because one of the fundamental things, no matter what kind of character that you're playing, and honestly, in my opinion, no matter what the LARP is called play to lift. You should be playing your character to lift others around you, because when you do that, they will also lift you up, and everybody will have a greater time together. This is what I mean when it's like collaborative play. So you can't make like a lone wolf character that hates everybody, or you can make a grumpy character that's standoffish, but you, at the end of the day, want to make a character that can open you up instead of close you off to roleplay opportunities. Another big thing to think about when you're making your first character for LARP is, what are you trying to visually convey through your costume? You may want to do something like, if you want to do a cute little elf, right? How you show that is going to be how you do your makeup, what you're wearing. Silhouette is one of the biggest visual indicators on who you are at a glance. And that is something really important that everybody should think about. So if you're going to be a bad guy, normally that means you're a lot sharper, you have sharper angles, a sharper silhouette, you're using dark colors, or things that clearly translate maybe you're a little bit of a moody guy. So think about it, and what I also would suggest looking up is how character designers design characters for video games. It is very much the same thing, and you're just applying it to real life. Also, every so often I'm looking at the chat, and I just saw, you guys are great. I love these memes. You're absolutely right. LARP can really open up shy people, and it can really be an avenue where, because you're not necessarily being yourself, people feel more freedom to do things maybe they wouldn't before, or try different things. So when you're making your character, take those things into account. Take into account, like, okay, I want to interact with people. What's the kind of play that I want? Do I want to have a secret? Do I want to be, very combative? Do I want to be a villain? Do I want to be innocent? How do I convey that? So think about major character traits. And then once you have your major character traits, break it down into visual cues. So like, if you want an innocent character, what are things that you can do to make yourself look more innocent? Is that big red cheeks? Is that not really contouring your face as harshly? Is that having short hair or long hair? Or space buns? Or elf ears? What makes you personally look more innocent? And then apply those things to your character. Because yes, while your character is somebody else, you are still playing them. So you have to translate the visual image of your character that you want other people to pick up on. Also, I'm a very big fan of telling people what you want and being very communicative in a LARP scene. So, like, let's say you're going to a LARP for your first time, you just made your first character, you're ready to jump in, you're ready to play this LARP, but you have a secret, and you don't know how you're going to tell other people. Really, the answer to that and how you want to dictate your play? Just talk about it at a game. Just talk about it. Ask people, tell people, like, hey, I have this secret. I'm looking to, have it revealed after a major character moment, which could be X, Y, and Z. It could be, after you die for the first time and get resurrected. It could be after your character does a thing, and that's when your secret will trigger. As long as you're playing with other people who are lifting you up and you're lifting them up, it should allow you to be able to be open and honest about the story and the narrative you want to play. It's your experience. That's the thing about LARP. It's very, very, very personal. It's kind of the reason why, for a long time, I still don't. I never filmed at LARPs for like my YouTube content or even at Instagram, because it doesn't really capture everything correctly. It's very much like, it's so personal that when you're viewing it from an outside audience, it looks cringy, quote, quote, because you're not in it, because you're not feeling those emotions, or you don't understand the significance between the characters or the feelings. Because I can tell you right now, there has been some stuff that I have seen me do on camera that looks so cringe, but doing it in real life felt amazing. I felt amazing. So that's also another thing, is that like, you're doing this and you're playing this for you and for others. Don't worry about how you look. Nobody should be filming you. And if they do, they usually have you sign a waiver. So when you're going to your first LARP, find a LARP that fits your needs. Create a character that also fits your needs and also fits in the world of the game. And then seek out people who seem to, first off, want to play with you as a new player, which, if it's a good community, all the people that are there should want to play with you. And be honest about your expectations for your story, for your character. There's going to be things that may not go the way you want, because LARP is not theater. It's not pre-scripted. There are things that just happen. So, be on your toes. Use those improv skills and try and, again, get the experience that you want. Let me take a look. And you guys are really, really funny. Yes, let's be honest as well. COVID has definitely ruined the overall speed at which the LARP community was growing, and has also put most LARPs on hold for the future, but there are still digital experiences. But digital experiences are 160% not the same as in-person LARP experiences. Not to discount online, because online is fun and there is a place for it, but overall, I would say that in-person is really the way LARP is. And virtual LARP is kind of like a really cool mixture of elements of D&D and LARPing together, and like virtual immersiveness. There are many digital LARPs out there and experiences. I can let you guys know that once we get through some more of the content, I have a whole list of games that you guys can go and take a peek at. Yes, there is a lot of LARPs, but over Zoom. That happens. I actually just got signed up for one February 21st. But right now, a lot of the experiences are limited, and they have like a ticket cap. So I'm going to be putting together a list for all you guys who are interested in digital LARPing. That way you guys can go ahead and, try it out. And again, digital LARPing is far more roleplay focused than normal LARPing, because normal LARPing, you're in person. So like, if you want to run somewhere, you can just go do that. You don't have to talk about it. If you want to jump, you can just jump. Or if you want to stab somebody, you can do it in person, intimately. I mean, the choice is yours. I'll take a brief moment for some more questions. Just so that so I can, make sure I'm not overloading you guys with too much info. Go ahead and you can pass me some questions before we move on to like the next big chunk of stuff. There is a lot of debate right now within the community whether digital LARPing is LARPing, or is it really just like an immersive virtual experience? Is it really LARP at all if we're not in person? So there's a lot of semantic debate. That's what we all do because we're all a bunch of nerds in this community. We debate about semantics, about playing pretend. I swear to God. Get stabbed in Spanish. I mean, you could do that. Okay. How many of y'all do cosplay? Actually, I started out as a cosplayer. I have been cosplaying since I was 12 years old. I'm about to be 25, actually. And I started LARPing because I found out about a LARP at a cosplay convention because I was a bad cosplayer and kept making my own original characters, which nobody knew who I was when I was going to New York Comic Con. And it turns out I wasn't really a cosplayer. I was really just a LARPer seeking a LARP. Yeah, LARPing is kind of just like role-playing. It really is. It's just not the same as a in-person experience. And again, that's not to slam it. It's fun. There are people who love it, and I loved it, but it is fundamentally very different. In the cons here, there's Historical LARP Association. Yes, yeah. If you go to local conventions too, there is a good chance that you might find a LARP there. There's also big LARP conventions. Dream Nation is the biggest one in the United States. Dream Nation is very much like you go there and it's just all con LARPs for you to sign up for. You could play as many play tests as you want. I would say, just to answer your question, College Dreams, yes. Digital LARPing's very much like D&D. Some of them even require dice. It depends on what you're playing and who you're playing with and how they're directing the story. To move on to the next part. So you created your character, and now you need help actually putting the costume together. Where can you get costume pieces? Now, if you have the disposable income, you can always go to Etsy and just look up LARP costumes. You're gonna find bazillions of results. Everything from princess dresses to Vikings to elves to orcs, facial prosthetics, everything. You'll find something at Etsy, but that, comes at a premium because it is something that is custom made and you are supporting a small business and a local artist. Now, if you, can't squeeze that into your budget, that is also fine. And there are fantastic options for those who can just get something custom made. When I was younger and before I kind of hit my stride within the community to work as an influencer, essentially, I would buy stuff off of Amazon. Really, I still do for costumes. Also, going to AliExpress. Oh my God, AliExpress has saved my life multiple times. A lot of the dresses that you're seeing now on Instagram, like the cottagecore stuff, that's stuff that's been around for 3 or 4 years in China, and the only way to really know about it was to go on AliExpress. I have bought plenty of those dresses to be peasants all the time, and they're anywhere between $14 to $40, and they're definitely a very affordable option. So AliExpress or, some cottagecore stuff. Also, you could Amazon. Amazon is always a great place to get costumes. And you can also check the vintage side of Etsy. I have found stuff that people thought I paid $2,000 for, and I really paid $50 for it because, the person sold it for that much. So, try and go through avenues that you think may be best for your budget. And nobody shames you for where you get your costume from. As long as it looks part of the world, what more can anybody ask for? There are games out there that do have costuming rules that will tell you, unless you have X, Y, and Z, you cannot play this. Or, your costume must be approved by staff. There are games like that. And that's overall, and games are within their right to do so, because LARP is an experience you are paying for. It's still a private experience. So if they want their costuming standard to be somewhere, you have to meet that. But most games don't have costuming requirements. They don't require you to submit a picture. Usually if they do, it's because you want to play a specific role or character race that maybe is restricted. But even then, most games will just be just show us your outfit. Oh yeah, that looks great. Or hey, maybe use this instead. It's also important to be conscious of the game that you're going into. So how can you make a costume that instead of sticking out like a sore thumb and then like bringing negative attention onto your character or yourself that way because your character just looks out of place? It's like, you know, all the memes with Isabelle playing Doom. You know, she's like this soft character in like this really harsh world. And like, sure, that's funny, but it's not so funny when, you know, you are not feeling as immersed yourself, or not, you know, the people you're surrounding yourself also aren't immersed because you're a pink bunny in a world of, you know, I don't know, dragons. So definitely make sure to think about the practicality of what you're wearing as well. So if you are playing a game, let's say, what's a great example? Okay, so there's a LARP called Witcher School, right? Based off of the actual Witcher properties. And you're gonna ask, has Henry Cavill gone there? Yes, he has. And they have met like the whole staff and everything. It was really cool. But if you're gonna go play a Witcher, right, you're not gonna dress in a neon green Witcher outfit and go fight in this world. That's just not what the world would look like, and not fit the like community vibe. Like, you have to look around and see how everybody else is dressing and see, like, if everyone else is wearing muted colors and the game's supposed to be based in realism or already has an established aesthetic, it is your job to match that established aesthetic, but with your own twist for your own character. Monster Energy Witcher, yeah. You'd be surprised. I've seen some stuff out there. And usually if you need help with costuming, as long as the LARP has a Facebook group, which most of them do, most LARPs operate off of Facebook. If there's a Facebook group, or if there's like a forum or a Slack or a Discord, there are absolutely ways for you to post a picture of your costume and be like, hey, can I get some feedback on this? Hey, what do you guys think? Or this is my concept, do you guys have any tips and ways I can translate that better? Is there different ways I could, I don't know, make my character more visually interesting? People are always willing to help you. Let me take a look. Let's see. What do you consider the difference in cosplay and LARP? So, cosplay is you dressing up as somebody's already pre-existing character, usually. And that's it. Like, anything you do as that character technically is role-playing, and there are cosplayers that do role-play, but not, like, LARP is fundamentally different. Like, when you LARP, you are creating your own experience within a pre-designated world that everybody else is buying into. Cosplay is very much like you're dressing up and you're performing this singular character, and like a Halloween costume, like Halloween's technically just a cosplay day. So it's like, that is baseline what makes it fundamentally different than LARP. Cosplay also doesn't involve like world building or shared connections or roleplay groups. Again, if cosplayers choose to roleplay, that tends to be out of the norm of what cosplayers normally do. And once you start to cross that line, you're gonna fall in with the LARPers. Like, they will find you, or you will find them eventually. It's just a matter of what happens first. So let me take a look here. That's really the biggest difference between the two, is that LARP is a space, it's a pre-designated event or area or space or time that all of you are getting together and conforming to the rules of a universe to play in. It's the difference of playing pretend by yourself for yourself, and then playing pretend with a group of people in an immersive environment and with interconnecting stories. Let me take a look too. I think I saw another question out here. My favorite character to not to cosplay, LARP as. I have a lot of different characters. There's been a few over the years that I've truly loved and enjoyed, like my character Rosalina. She was a space witch at College of Wizardry, which is a LARP you can still go to this day. College of Wizardry is a Nordic LARP based in Poland. So unfortunately, until the travel ban lifts, we can't go. But it is still running. It is still around. Look up collegewizardry.com. It is literally like Hogwarts come to life, but not Hogwarts, because screw J.K. Rowling. It is their own property that mimics the vibe of Hogwarts, but it is still its own thing. I've played the game twice, once as like a regular student and then once as a prefect, and I had a great time. That's one of my most iconic roles. The other character that I love to play is, her name's Baba Rada Roo. She's a dwarf, and she's kind of like a mythical Baba Yaga kind of character, where she's very Slavic inspired, Russian inspired, which I had a lot of my Slavic friends help me put together my costume and cultural references that were respectful. And she's just like mountain wood cutting dwarf. And she's like part of an urban legend, and the whole joke is that like she came down from her mountain and she just doesn't care about anybody. She doesn't care about people. She just wants to make her bread, sell her bread, and get the hell out and go back up her mountain. Like that's all she wants. Don't even call her. Don't even speak to her. She will kill you. So I play like this angry green-haired dwarf with giant ears. That's one of my favorite roles. Now, kind of going back into like the whole character creation thing with LARP, how can you find people that want to play with you? How do you find a good community? Now, as people of color, I know that this is probably something that has struck a lot of you when you get into alternative communities like this. It did for me. When I wanted to start LARPing when I was like 15, my dad actually called the game. Like, he called the owner of the game, which gave me a heart attack at the time, and I was so embarrassed. But my dad was like, hey, what is this? What is my daughter going to? This is not a sex cult, right? Please tell me this isn't that. And it wasn't. And my dad was like, okay, cool, you can go as long as you go with your friends, which all my friends were guys. So we all went together, and we LARPed all the way from our sophomore year to high school and beyond, all through high school. One parent would drive us up, a different parent would pick us up, and it was a whole thing. We went every single month from sophomore year to senior year, and then by the time we were 18, we all had cars, so we could just go on our own. A cult, a LARP cult. Yeah, there are LARP cults out there, which is something I'm gonna touch on with the whole community thing. So as people of color, I know that we struggle feeling safe in majority white spaces. I am not going to lie to you. LARP is a very, 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 very white community. And it is like that around the world. There is very little, like, we are a minority in this hobby. Around the world. It doesn't matter if it's Sweden or Denmark or the UK or the US or Australia. We are in the minority, which unfortunately leads to some LARPs being really garbage trash. I would say in America that most LARPs nowadays don't do blackface. They don't, because they will get obliterated from orbit. You know, they don't do that. Or dark elves, you know, like drow. That's what they're called, and they were supposed to be all black skin with white hair. The Europeans are still catching up to that, but the most progressive communities that are at the forefront do not accept it and will call LARPs out on it. There are also games that just kind of have really problematic tropes, stuff like, you know, Jewish caricatures and, you know, black caricatures, or, you know, really bad racial stereotypes, and even some games that still use the G word for, you know, nomadic peoples. There are still problems, but I would say overall, and I've been in this community a long time. I am a long time, and which is rare for Americans. Most Americans start LARPing in their 20s. So for me to start as a teenager puts me on the, you know, more veteran scale, I guess, for my age, especially in the United States. Europe's a whole different story. But you really just, when you're going into a LARP community, investigate it. Don't just go to the game. Read the rules, see if there's anything problematic in the rules. If you do catch something problematic in the rules, it's not on you to do that labor. But should you want to, reach out to, the staff, ask them about it, ask about, or you could just reach out to the staff and ask, hey, what are your safety precautions for people of color and marginalized people? How can we feel safe? And a lot of games now, again, especially in the US, have built-in safety precautions now and LARPs. Like, they have consent systems where, in order to touch somebody, you have to, signal okay or thumbs up, or they have, like, wristbands. So those kind of things, American LARPs are very, very, very on top of. It's going to be when you, as a person of color, if you should decide to go overseas for a game, where the differences in culture and how Europeans approach things about racism, because I feel like a lot of the European LARP community just kind of pretends like it's not a problem because they're European, which is not true. But investigate the community that you want to play in. Make sure that these games have, safety precautions. Usually, even in rule books, they will say, like, the code of conduct, what's not acceptable. Make sure, just as you usually do, that you will be safe. We shouldn't have to do this, but it's honestly, the community's come so far. So this is great that games now do this, but they should have always been doing this. Let me see. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Jan. That is terrible. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I've had bad experiences like that as well, and I'm really sorry you did too. And I know it's hard to say, don't let it deter you if you come across problematic things in the LARP sphere, or don't let one bad game make you quit. I know that we need more of us in the community. And we want you guys to come. We want people of color to join us and have fun and feel like there's a place for them. And more games now, more than ever before in the LARP community, are taking people of color and their needs into account and respecting them and respecting their voices. And it's not just, people of color. It's also, LGBTQ, disability, like everything. Like, LARP as a whole has become more woke, and you will, in the US, most of the time, be safe. Just please read your rule books. Make sure that you do community investigation. Ask the questions. You guys have to be vocal. Ask the questions. Will I be safe here? Can you guarantee my safety? There are still times to this day. It doesn't matter if I'm, popular in the LARP community and everybody knows my name. I still ask the questions. Hey, is this going to be safe for me? Hey, are we going to touch on these topics? Is racism part of this game? Like, I don't want to play on that. There have been historical games where I'm like, I don't want to play on the fact that I'm black. I'm just going to be an English noble, and you guys are just going to have to deal with that. Most of the games are like, yeah, sure, no problem. We don't care, but you might find one out there that is a little up their own butt. Happens. So make sure that when seeking out a community, you find one that is friendly, which normally you will be able to tell whether or not they're friendly. And most of the time, if there is another person of color that is in the group or in the LARP community, if I'm going to the LARP and I'm there, I'll help you. Or most others, like, we all look out for each other. We look out for each other because we're all that we have. And there is a LARPers of Color group on Facebook. I will do my best to try and link that at some point. And the LARPers of Color group is amazing. It's really just a space for people of color to either get job opportunities within the LARP community for, like, role-playing, or to test out a game, or a lot of companies go there and say, hey, do you think these policies are safe? And you could get paid to do that labor. So there's a lot of bonuses, and now more than ever, the LARP community is more conscious about the work that it needs to do. I personally do a lot of activism within the community, like calling out garbage costume companies that don't have plus-size models and don't have any models of color because they cater to white supremacists. Like, there's a lot, and this stuff is, like, recent. Like, in the last 6 to 7 months, I've had to call out 3 companies, but now they're cleaning up their act, and now they're doing outreach to the Black community and, like, trying to get involved with Black models. But, the changes still need to be made. Yes, thank you, Sally. Oh my God, you're the best. This is why you're the queen, girl. do you guys have any other LARP-related questions? Just want to take another break, see if you guys have anything else in specific you want to know about before I go on to my next topic. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes. 10 minutes left. I'll let you guys... Oh, question. Okay, what is my favorite... Okay, Koi, what is my favorite part of the LARP experience? I'm going to start with that because you answered you gave me a couple. So my favorite part of the LARP experience is being able to bring a character to life. I am very much of... I don't treat LARP as an escapist thing. Also, please don't treat LARP as your therapy. It is not your therapy. Please go to actual therapy. A lot of people do that. Don't do that. I find that truly committing to the art of it, because I do feel that as it is in Europe, LARP is a high art. It is a talent. It takes talent to improvise. It takes talent to create narratives, to create characters, to create costumes. It's all art. So that's how I approach it, and I like to sometimes give myself a challenge, like, oh, I want to be able to play this or that, or this is different. And I like the challenge of bringing my art, my character, my experience to life, their narrative, and living through it. That is art, and that's my favorite part of the experience. Do I prefer making characters? I always prefer making characters. Now, there are games out there that you won't make characters. We call those casting games, which is all the roles are pre-written, and you basically put in from 1 to 10 or 1 to 5 how much you want a character, and then they'll cast you based on how everybody else, put in their answers. There are games where you kind of have character guidelines, where you can pick like a trope or like an archetype, and then through that you can make something. Or you could just do something completely original if the game allows for it, completely sandbox. Those are my favorite characters to make. When I get hired to work with an event or work with a game, I have 3 options or 4 options that usually come up, and that's usually, am I being pre-casted? Am I making the character from scratch for myself, by myself? Or am I making it with guidelines? And those are that's pretty much how you guys can think about it too. And each game, again, will vary, but you'll be able to tell about the character creation process, as most games will have that laid out in their rule books. But creating my characters from scratch is my favorite way to do it. I don't sew, actually, but I do design. So like this that I'm wearing, this isn't something I sewed, but I worked with one of my friends who is a designer to put this together. So this is a part of my LARP Archer outfit. I had a top piece, but it was really wrinkly, so I didn't want to wear it. I think that most people, when they LARP too, they don't get caught up on the little details. Be willing to go with the flow as well. That's another major tip. Go with the flow. Go with the narrative. If you really don't like how something is being directed, if you can, usually there's an off-game area where you can talk to staff and do a check-in, or just pull yourself out of the game and recalibrate. There's always going to be off-game spaces, and if you tell somebody, hey, I just need to go off-game and, relax or recalibrate, everybody and a good game would let you. Let me see. Are most LARP groups professional, like super organized with jobs? No, absolutely not. They're not mostly professional. I work with a lot of little games and little companies, but I've also worked with the biggest companies. So it depends. You have Jackalope LARPs, which they're one of the few companies that is on Twitter, and they do a game called The Night in Question based in Texas. They are a big company in the LARP world. You buy tickets, there's positions, there's jobs, people get paid, they hire influencers. They do big things. There's a lot of other companies like Entropic Endeavors that run a game called Velvet Noir, which is supposed to be about black stories in the 1920s. Velvet Noir is also a little bit of a larger company, a little bit more professional with how they do handle writers and tickets. But then you also have small games your local game at a park or in a university or whatever. And those games are not going to be very professional. But the more you get into the LARP world, you'll see the different tiers of games that you want to go to. And there's also, about how much you want to pay. If there are some experiences that are $600 tickets, but that $600 gets you a weekend in a castle, and you get to play a wizard, so it depends on how much you want to spend, and what kind of experience you're looking for. But I would say an average ticket as well in the United States will cost you anywhere between $75. Low end is anywhere between $20 to $50. Mid is like $60 to $120. And then high is like $150 to... I've seen tickets go for almost $800, $900. So there's lots of tiers and wiggle room. But I would say normally the higher the ticket price tends to be the more extravagant the experience. Like, usually that money goes to renting the venue or paying salaries. So, and I guess, let me see, because I know I gotta, wrap it up. Some really great LARPs that you guys can get started in, funny enough, is actually a Viking LARP, which I will tell you right now is that this is the only Viking LARP in the United States that I can absolutely confirm does not have any Nazis. And that game is called Damarung, and I will write it in the chat. You can just type in Damarung LARP, and they will come up. And there's also lots of other games. You have, like I said, College of Wizardry. You have The Night in Question, which is by Jackalope LARPs. That's a really great game. And there's also games and events that don't happen every month. I would actually recommend you to stay far, far away from games that happen every month. It's usually a predatory pay cycle, and those are actually usually the LARP cults. The ones that make you go every single month, you have to return, and if you don't return, it's almost like punishment because you've missed out on this month, and how are you supposed to catch up to the narrative? And those tend to be a little bit more predatory, and thankfully God are finding their way out of the American community. But most games tend to happen like any good game, like Damarung or even The Night in Question. Night in Question's one time, once a year for one night, but it's an amazing experience. Or you can play Damarung, which Damarung prior to the pandemic had 3 to 4 events a year. So that means in between the months, not only can you decompress from being your character, you can also work with people out of the game to create a better experience for yourself or to better navigate your story. So that's what I would recommend. Make sure that you're going to a game that will allow you enough emotional recovery. Super, super important. Make sure that you have your time for emotional recovery, because bleed is a very real thing. And you don't want the feelings of your character to leak into your real life. That is, it can be good because you can make friends that way, but overall, you want to make sure that your mental health comes first and that it's a game. No pretend is worth you or your mental health going bad. It's just not. It's pretend, Protect yourself and do what you need to make sure that you're safe. And if sometimes that means exiting a community or you have to stop LARPing for a little while, do so. Whatever is best for you. I know that I probably have to really start wrapping up now, so if you guys have any more questions, I guess I could take a few more if you have them. How do you keep LARPing in real life at a good balance? I'm not gonna lie to you, I struggled with this when I was a teenager. I was going through a point where all I did was care about LARP, and I would spend every day on the forums and every day talking about my character. I would never think about anything else. I was just counting down the days to my next LARP. And that's really unhealthy. And I mean, most of that was because I was a kid. I was a teenager. But as an adult, it is your responsibility to have a decent LARP life balance. If you feel that all you're doing is talking about LARP, or you're only friends with people when you're LARPing, or you're only, at your best at LARP or whatever, that's when it becomes an unhealthy obsession. So make sure that you yourself are putting those boundaries, because nobody in the community is going to tell you to stop. And no company is going to tell you not to come unless you're a piece of human garbage. So make sure that you are doing emotional check-ins with yourself and you're not going past what you can handle. Don't go to 6 games in a month if that's too much for you. Stick to 1 game at a time and go to 1 LARP at a time until you feel that you can balance and you kind of know what to expect. Okay, I answered the last question. I will wrap it up. If you guys have any more questions you want to ask me, you can always ask me on Twitter, and you can also follow me on Instagram at Raquel Skellington. It's the same name everywhere. You can Google me and follow all my stuff. But all my latest content on LARP and any little updates I have, the best way to see them is going to be on Instagram and Twitter at Raquel Skellington. Oh, thank you! I did a protein treatment. It looks great. Yes, thank you guys. You're all so sweet. Yes, no problem. Again, if you have any questions and you want to ask them to me, just send them to me on my platforms. I'd be happy to talk to you guys. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. Thank you.